name is Alexandra, and welcome to our new mini-series of Top Engineering Challenge winners. Thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
To start, sorry?
No, okay.
No, to start, the interview is based on 3 parts. So we'll begin with the introduction, then the motivations for participating in the engineering challenges, and to conclude, the final learning moments. Each section has approximately 4 to 5 questions, where then you'll be able to share with us your experience solving and winning a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Do you have any questions?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm not quite confident with this, but
no, I'm sure you got this. No worries.
In English, I write it a lot, but I'm not talking much.
No, it's
so if you can understand me, just let me know.
Okay, great. No pressure. So to begin, I was hoping if you could introduce yourself briefly.
Okay, so my name is Olivier Loidi. I'm 44 years old. I am self-employed in my company called Oil Mineo, which I am a process engineer. I work for companies to solve problems, just like for automotive. So it can give me an edge, I think, over other participants because I do it all the time. And I have a broader view of other industries. So I tend to have better than average results in general.
Okay, great. And where are you from and where do you currently live?
Well, I come from Toulouse in France, and I am living in Toulouse in France. No change here, but okay. I would like to work for the company worldwide. That's why I try to make challenge to make contact outside.
Of course. And what do you dedicate yourself to currently?
Well, I'm quite passionate about science and engineering, so a lot of my free time is dedicated to it. But I am very concerned by environmental problems, and I try to help on my level to improve things by increasing the efficiency of industrial process and reduce the waste, and then to make education for not throwing things, or try to recycle things at maximum.
Okay, that's very impressive. That's great. Very important, especially nowadays. So that's great. And I'd like to ask you, why did you choose engineering as your studies?
Well, actually, my original studies was physics, but I could not reach PhD because for health problem, due to health problems, due to physics experiments I made myself. Yeah. Well, after a long period of illness, I dedicated myself to solar energies. And after the crisis in 2008, I worked a lot with small companies to improve their process as another activities. And after that, I worked a lot with big companies like Arkema, Solvay, Total. And strangely enough, I worked a lot in chemistry, but the strength of physics studies is that it is very broad. So basically, any subject in engineering, I'm not totally ignorant of most engineering subjects, including chemistry. So it helped me to adapt every time on different subjects, and sometimes adapt completely different solution from very, very different domain to another domain. And it worked
Okay.
up until now.
Okay, that's very interesting. And okay, now we'll be moving to part two, which is the motivations for participating in engineering challenges. So firstly, how exactly did you find an emotive?
Well, I found it online by browsing an article online. I don't remember it. It was about open challenge platforms. I usually worked with other platforms, which were mainly English and American.
Okay.
And I gave a shot for this platform, and I was quite pleased with the team.
Okay, super. And what was a challenge you participated in, and why did you decide to participate?
Well, it was a challenge that was centered about recycling, or more strictly, finding application for waste tailing of sand.
Mm-hmm.
So I searched for application on several other industries.
Mm-hmm.
So I found some application in petroleum industries and glass industries, which may consume this kind of product. So it interests the client. So
Okay,
I I won the challenge.
you won the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, super. And speaking of that challenge, did you invest a lot of time in preparing your first submission?
Yeah, I usually do for the challenge
Mhm.
because it is part of my job. So I can consecrate a lot of time for each challenge, and the competition is quite intense nowadays.
I
I
can imagine.
I tried a challenge for like 2014, the first time I tried it, and it was much simpler. Now the problems are more difficult, and you must um, you must
Dedicate more time.
dedicate more time to the solution.
Mhm.
For this problem, I wasn't sure first, but the emotive team came back to me and said it was kind of okay.
Mhm.
By the way, a really cool thing for about emotive is there two-step system with a first selection and another level 1, level 2. It is very interesting because um, you can exchange about the solution you propose in the first stage and
Mhm.
correct some problems and sometimes some points that were misunderstood by the client. And for other platforms, when you need to give a solution right away, sometimes it is discarded, and sometimes I get some comments and I realize they didn't understand
Of course.
some of my points. So I think the emotive system is quite good because
Thank you.
avoid such problems.
Yeah, absolutely. And for example, with the challenge that you won, did you want to win or did you simply want to gain experience? What was more important for you?
Well, both actually. I wanted to win because it gave me some of positioning about my level
Mhm.
and experience because it gives me um, it makes me work on subject I would never have known the existence,
Mhm.
and it improved my level quite a bit. Actually, I won, counting all platform, I won 8 challenge.
Wow.
Two of them I'm quite proud, but the first one I was not first, but I won. I was third on the Nether challenge,
Okay.
but I was the only one that was alone.
Mm-hmm.
And,
That's amazing.
and I won the grand challenge of Scientific American for installation of vaccines, and it was a very hard subject. After that, I won other challenge, minor challenge, which involve engineering. Well, and apparently I'm not quite good at designing, because everything that involves some kind of artistic touch, I have very bad returns about it. So it gave me an insight of where I'm good.
Of course. Everyone has their strengths, right?
Yes.
Okay. And did you have any prior experience with any of these challenges that you participated in?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Yeah, of course. Did you have any prior experience in any of these challenges that you participated in?
Yes, yes, I participated in a lot of challenge. If I count, I counted some time ago. I won about less than 30% of all I challenge. I lost a lot at the beginning, but I tend to improve with experience.
Yeah.
I was kind of well lost at the beginning about the format I must present. In the beginning, my presentation were very formal, very academic, and I learned that it is not a very good way. So
Okay. Okay, no, that's great. We all learn, right? And speaking of learning, we're going to move to part 3, which is finalizing the learning moments. And I wanted to ask you, for the challenge that you won, how did you come up with the solution?
well, like a lot of challenge I participated in, I tried to work with cross-industry solutions, which means that sometimes a very similar problem is solved in one industry, and even it looks
Olivier?
yes.
Okay, got a
Okay.
little bit disconnected, but now I hear you. Okay.
Okay. Should I repeat?
Yes, keep going, keep going.
So I try to look for similarities in process in different industries, maybe very different, because sometimes maybe if the problem seems completely different, it is not. It is just an appearance, and basically I try to adapt, and if it doesn't work, I search again, and I usually also work from the first principles rather than searching directly on Google
Of course.
um, I search, well, how I will make it a solution from scratch, and after that, after I've got a solution that kind of work, I search for things that resembles in other industries, and that's how I make the parallels, the similarities between the challenge and the other industry problems. So that's about it.
Okay, super. And for this challenge, remind me again, did you work independently or within a group?
I work alone. I
Alone.
usually do. I work a few times in a group. One time it was great. The other time not really. Uh,
Mhm.
it is,
Speaking of, yeah, I
yeah.
wanted to ask you that what do you believe are the benefits when working in a group?
Well, it depends of the group.
Hmm.
Like I said, the first one I work with great people, and the other one people were not very skilled and a bit not very consistent in
Hmm.
their work. So I make some friends, not on the first group, not the other. Um, but it gives me the if I must say a real benefit is for the finalization of the proposal,
Hmm.
because for me it is the most painful part. Write it down, uh, making the pictures and so on. It's a very very exhausting process,
I can imagine.
and when you are alone you tend to make mistakes
Hmm.
that cost you a lot of time.
Yeah.
So if I should say I am that working as a group is great, but not too large.
Of course, to keep a group but small.
Yeah.
Okay, limited members, of course. And how was working remotely for a foreign company? And would you do it again?
Well, it was great because I noticed a lot of difference in approach
Mhm.
compared to French companies. Um, and I noticed also difference in Spanish speaking platform like Enomotive, and more English speaking others. Um, well, I will definitely do it again because it is great. And during the pandemics, there was not much opportunities. So I am interested in keeping going because it it improved my level every time.
Okay.
And
Okay, super. And to finalize the interview, my last question for you is what recommendations or what advice do you have to other engineers?
all good question. Like I said, the first time I published a solution, I was kind of misdirected because I nearly won the first time. It was a
Mhm.
very academic subject about carbon nanotubes. So I made a very academic proposal with very
Formal?
yes, not very fun, I would say,
Hmm.
very strict.
Of course.
Uh, and I nearly won. So for a time, I thought it was the way, but I lost a lot of proposal, and I learned that I should add some air, yeah, some breathing in my proposals.
Hmm.
So because um, your proposal will be read by a lot of people, and not all of them are technical peoples,
Hmm.
and so there must be quite an appeal to it. So uh, my first recommendation will be to make a lot of pictures rather than text. I usually try to make at least, if I can, one picture per page to illustrate the text. Making drawing is very long, but it is worth it. Also, make a paragraph that sum up the question, the real question and requirements of the challenge, and how your solution solves it or not quite. So it is very simple to read for an examiner, and also make a very clear abstract at the beginning, also for the examiner to see very quickly the ideas, the main ideas, because as I heard, a lot of people, they are submerged with a lot of submissions sometimes, and it is good to not give them too much work to see the key points.
Mm-hmm.
And also make some picture with the first page that illustrates the key feature of the solutions. Even if it is quite strange, it could give some interest on your solutions. So basically, pictures, clear abstract, and sum up of the key point of why your solution agree with the requirements of the seeker. That's about it.
Okay, that's wonderful advice. Thank you, Olivier. Well, our interview is now complete. Therefore, I wanted to thank you for your time and for sharing your personal experience with Enomotive. We truly appreciate it. We loved having you, and best of luck. And we look forward to hearing from you again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Olivier.